Hello, hi. Welcome to the Tanis Fiber Arts Podcast. I'm Tanis. I am a knitwear designer, a yarn dyer, a cat owner, and a YouTuber. And today is a very exciting day for me, for you, for nature. It's the first day of spring. Woo! We've been waiting. It has been such a long winter. I am so ready for spring. I am so ready for the sun to shine. And I'm also ready to introduce you to this sweater pattern. I showed it to you last week in my cardigan roundup video. Oh, my cat. Today is the day I'm launching this pattern. The pattern is called Ostara. It's a worsted weight cardigan, roomy sleeves. I have so much to tell you about it. I'm going to talk to you about the evolution of the pattern. I'm going to highlight all the details, everything that you need to know about it. And then I've even filmed a little bit of footage of me wearing the cardigan with different outfits that I'm hoping could be kind of helpful for you to see, how it could fit into your wardrobe. So let's start with the details. Ostara, the spring. It means spring. It means the first day of spring. One of my kids is really into like the wheel of the year and the different milestones that happen throughout the year in nature. And Ostara, we're actually having like an Ostara party this weekend to celebrate the beginning of spring. Very, very exciting. So that's where the name came from. This cardigan is inspired by a ready-to-wear cardigan that I bought years ago from ASOS online. It was sort of like I had to buy something there, a wedding I was going to. I'm going to tell you so many things you do not need to know. But anyhow, I was a bridesmaid in a wedding. I had to buy this dress from ASOS, and I threw this cardigan in my cart for I don't know why. So here's the cardigan that I ended up wearing all the time, okay? It's a acrylic cardigan. It's gray, big sleeves. I mean, I feel like it speaks for itself. It's very comfortable. It's quite lightweight. It's ribbed. It's really easy to throw on with anything. And I did. I threw it on over everything. I should have known in the photos of the model on the website when I bought it, it's like hanging off the shoulders, very like sexy. Also, sexy, sure, but also that's just how it hangs. I was constantly pulling it up. It was flawed is basically my point. It was almost the perfect cardigan, but not the perfect cardigan. So I was inspired by this cardigan to make a design that would hit the marks that this cardigan hit, but then fix the issues that this cardigan presented. I hope that makes sense. So of course, you can't replicate a hand or a machine knit exactly when you're doing it by hand. First of all, this is really fine yarn, and I didn't want to knit like a teeny tiny fingering weight cardigan. It wouldn't have the same drape, it wouldn't have the whole thing. So basically, this cardigan is the inspo. What I took from it is the drop shoulder, the texture, the fit, the roomy sleeves, and this detail. I should have shown you. There's a detail, just a little break. In this cardigan, the store-bought one, it's actually just like tinier ribbing, which isn't what I chose, how I chose to interpret it. I've done broken rib for the whole sweater, and then just a little 2 inches of stockinette stitch to separate the sleeves from the body. So I kept that detail. Yeah, I put an edging on the front. That cardigan does not have like a finished edging. It just sort of goes from fabric to open. There's no buttons, and then the detail that I love the most is the back. So I did a drop shoulder, but I believe this is maybe called like a European shoulder. Do you see how you get this really awesome line of stockinette stitch separating the front from the back? That detail, it's so crisp, it's so clean. This is a really simple shape, yeah, there's not that much, you know, going on, but the little details, the double knit edging and that line, and then the stockinette stitch, and then the way that the sleeves go, I feel like for me, that's exactly what I wanted. Those are the things that it needed to hit, and I'm so happy with how it came together. I knit it in worsted weight yarn because for me, even though I said this one was knit in really fine yarn, it's the cozy vibes that I wanted, and I got that with worsted weight yarn. I chose this very special colorway. This colorway, we're dyeing it. It's available in the shop right now. It's called Ostara, and it's now a repeatable colorway, but it started off like so many of our colorways do as a one of a kind. And when I say one of a kind, it means that this exact batch, what happened is we dyed a batch of a colorway that we regularly do called Dove, but I can't remember what was wrong with it, but there was something that I wasn't happy with. I wasn't comfortable. It didn't meet our standards, so I couldn't sell it in the shop. And so what we did instead, and what we often do in situations like this, is I took that batch of Dove and we threw it in to a whole other dye bath. We threw it into obviously something blue, added a bunch of speckles, and then when it came out, it was this fabulous colorway. It's this colorway that I'm absolutely obsessed with. It's got so much going on, but yet it just reads as like a denim blue. It's basically, for me, a neutral, but it is like stunningly complex and just so fun to knit with. And as you know, I talk about this all the time, our spicy neutral speckles. That is what I go for in a speckle. It's something that from a distance reads just kind of like as a heathered solid, but for the knitter, the experience of working with it is just so exciting. It's so much fun. And so that is the story of this cardigan. That is how it came to be. Those are the details. That is the colorway that I'm absolutely obsessed with and super, super happy with. And so in reproducing it, we don't dye a mistake Dove and then do what we did for this one. We've come up with a recipe to replicate this as best as we possibly can in a way that we can reproduce consistently so that we can add it to the shop. And so we've gone ahead and done that. The other thing I wanted to touch on, yarn substitution possibilities. I think that this sweater, I knit it in a single strand of worsted weight in our pure wash worsted, which is 100% merino yarn. I also think it would be absolutely fabulous in a woolen spun yarn, something like a Brooklyn tweed shelter that is really airy and lightweight, because it has the volume in the sleeves, and because, yeah, just because of I guess it's just the feel, right? Just like the cozy feeling of it. I think that a really light spun yarn would also be really well suited to this. I've also been considering knitting another one, holding it with mohair. And what that does, I know that there are people who feel any which way about that. I love what mohair adds. And what it also does is it adds gauge, it adds thickness without adding much weight. And so you can get a thicker fabric, like a worsted weight fabric, with a much lighter overall garment by adding mohair to something else, to fingering or to DK or something, to achieve your worsted weight gauge. And so that's something to think about when you're when you're looking at adding mohair. It keeps the garment really lightweight but still really cozy and warm, right? And then the other thing that it does, people often talk about the expense of having to buy both yarns. Yes, but you get twice the yardage, right? So it kind of often, although mohair is often more expensive than just merino, I think it kind of often can end up costing about the same. I think I'm talking about, I guess, my yarns in particular. If you hold one strand of worsted weight, you'll have to buy 2 skeins of worsted weight for every 1 skein of fingering plus 1 skein of mohair that you buy. So in either case, it's 2 skeins. So next up, what I wanted to show you is just a sneak peek at the next design that I'm working on that was inspired by this design. And that's so often the way it goes, right? Like this is inspired by that cardigan, and then this cardigan inspired this summer tank pattern that I'm working on. And the reason it's inspired is because it uses the same stitch pattern and the same shoulder construction. So you've got that little line at the shoulder that I really, really love. I've done the edging differently and I've done it completely integrated. And so there'll be no finishing in this pattern. You just knit it from the top down. You'll have ends to weave in, but that's it. And I'm knitting this one in our spring summer willow yarn in Willow DK. So I'm loving the drape of that. And in the broken rib, it's working up really, really nicely. Really happy with the shape of the neck. So I'm quite excited to maybe wear them together as a little outfit. I also wanted to just show you these really fun needles. I don't use these needles that often because they're plastic and they're just not my preferred knitting material, but they are my preferred knitting color. Like, how fun is that? So this is a set. I don't even know if it's still available. If it is, I'll link it. It's by Knitter's Pride. They're these super fun, bright colors, an interchangeable needle set. And yeah, the crazy thing is this is the size 4mm, and that's the one that I use the most. So I've used the green needles and the blue needles, but I don't get to use all these other fun ones so much. But I've had that for a few years, and as I say, I don't reach for it that often because of the plastic needles. But when I was using this yarn, I was like, I gotta use my fun needles. This is our Glam colorway, and it is such a fun color. So yeah, I'm excited to get that poppin', and this will be ready for summer. Now it's spring. And this is the perfect throw it on over whatever you're wearing now that we're still sort of in between. Like, sometimes you still need a cardigan, but then you get hot, so you take it off. And it's just the thing. Okay, so now we've come to the outfit part of the video where I wanted to sort of give you an idea of different outfits that you can put together with this cardigan. And I felt a little bit silly doing it because here's the thing. You can wear a cardigan with anything, whatever your personal style is, throw the cardigan over it and you're wearing a cardigan. I don't know that you need me to tell you what you can wear it with, but it is also kind of helpful just to see different things, right? So I almost always am wearing jeans and a t-shirt. And so I could have just put on jeans and like 12 different t-shirts or tank tops. That's not super helpful, but also that's kind of what ended up happening. Also, I don't know. I don't have an insanely diverse wardrobe because I wear what I wear, right? I have my personal style, the things that I like to wear. And so they might not fit with your personal style, and you're going to have to use your imagination. You know what I mean? If you don't like chambray, then you're maybe out of luck because I realize that I've worn it twice with chambray in these outfits. So I've done my best to sort of represent a variety of looks, but picture it with what you wear. That's the best. So I'm going to move over to the side so that I can put the footage over here of the different outfits, and we're just going to chat about them. So outfit number 1, I'm wearing the chambray shirt I mentioned with the cardigan and these pink jeans. I have these fun pink jeans. I love to wear them with the chambray shirt, and it's just to show a different sort of silhouette that you can wear a long flowy shirt with the cardigan thrown over it and that it looks fantastic. For outfit number 2, I wanted to show it styled with another knit. So I put one of my favorite summer knits, which is the Skylight Tee. I knit mine in the crystal colorway. It's got this beautiful lace and cable panel down the front. Mine is cropped. I'm just wearing it with casual jeans and threw this on top. I don't always wear knit with knit, but sometimes, like in this case, I think it can really work. Next, I wanted to show it styled with a dress because I really think it'll be really lovely thrown over a dress in sort of like the early spring. I can picture yourself, if you're like a gardener and you go out or drink your tea outside, I don't know, it feels like very romantic, very lovely. I realize my chambray dress looks like pajamas in this, which is also kind of fun to show how lovely it works with loungewear. So wear it over your nightie and you're just going to be so fabulous. And then last, this outfit, I don't know that anybody needed me to tell them that you could just wear it with your loungewear. Throw a cardigan on over like your yoga pants. These are comfy knit stretchy pants with just like my TFA t-shirt that Chris made last year. And I just think like it goes with everything. Put a cardigan over any of your favorite outfits and it's going to look fabulous. So hopefully just having a little variety to show, that you don't have to only wear it with a pink shirt and pink pants. And I also think it would look fabulous in absolutely any color that goes with your wardrobe. Of course, blue matches everything that I own. So I was able to put together, you know, a couple of different looks with it. I hope this was helpful and inspiring to you. I hope that you're looking for a cool, comfy cardigan to wear this spring. And here's to longer days. Here's to sun shining. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.